Hey there, it's day 156 of Life According to YoBo. Welcome back, honey, for more blessings on your journey. If you got to get up and make it the next 24 hours, honey child, you just stopped at the right place. This is where you come to get blessings to make it through today. Look at here. Back to my book, Blessings on Your Journey. My notes to myself to encourage myself on this journey. Sometimes the answer is within you. People get tired of you calling them talking about your problems. Sometimes for me, I just take pen and paper. I write my thoughts down here, okay? Pause the Clark sisters. Look at here. Today's scripture says, let patience have its perfect work. Yesterday we talked about peace, be still. You stuck. And that's a good place to be. Don't you move. Don't you try to get out of it, baby. You growing. You can't measure the progress. But one of these days, you're going to be able to look back and it's going to be clear. Honey, clear. What the song say? I can see clearly now. You're going to see it clearly. Trust YoBo on this, baby. Listen to what I'm saying. Let patience have its perfect work. Let me tell you a little story. I like to cook and I like to eat. So a lot of my stories, they're either going to revolve around food or they're going to revolve around church. Because I've been in church all my life. I know church folks. I know church rules. I know church foolishness. I know church games. I know how to play church. I know all that. And honey, when it comes to food, I know that just as well. So during my first visit to Mississippi in the spring of 2004, I met a dear, sweet woman named Miss Ann. She was probably in her mid-70s. She was a widow. She had a beautiful home that she had built on air property. And right across the road, 3 of her children had built beautiful, I don't even want to call these homes, baby. I want to call these castles that they had built right on the air property. It was such an inspiration to me because my family has air property. And that's another vision that I have had, that we actually moved to Texas and built 3 homes. So when I saw those 3 homes built on air property, I said, wow, it is possible. Look at here. Blessings on your journey. Stuff will happen along the way to encourage you. You just got to see it. But anyway, getting back to Miss Ann. She welcomed us into her home. So we were there for about 5 days. Didn't have to stay at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. We were there with her. So my mama raised us with some good sense. So first thing we did once we pulled into Jackson, Mississippi, she was right outside of Jackson. We went to the Walmart. We bought about $80 worth of groceries. Not just food for us, but food for the whole house. And I was going to do all the cooking. So one meal I made consisted of navy beans and rice. Because it was me, my cousin Shirley, Miss Ann, her grandson was there with her. There was another young man there who was working for them. And sometimes her grandchildren would come over to see her. So I know how to cook a meal and make a meal stretch. So we had a 9 o'clock a.m. meeting. I cooked the beans and I left the house. But since we were leaving and the beans were boiling, I turned the fire off. And I was thinking there's got to be enough heat in this pot so that the beans can continue cooking. And when we come back that afternoon, the beans will be ready. I came back with my mouth all tuned up, but the beans weren't ready. So then we had to go back to the afternoon session. I turned the pot on. Let them get hot again. So by the time we get back at 6 o'clock, I know those beans are going to be ready. But 6 o'clock, the beans were not done. And we had to be back at another meeting at 7. This was a church meeting because, you know, that's the way they plan them. You don't have too much time in between. Turned the fire on, left for church at 7, turned the fire off. The beans are hot again. This time there's got to be enough heat in the pot to cook these beans so when we get home from the church service at about 9 o'clock, we can sit down and eat us a bowl of navy beans. They got to be fully cooked by the time we return. Not so, baby doll. The beans cooked till we went to bed that night, those navy beans still weren't ready. So I asked Miss Ann for a slow cooker. I transferred the beans from the pot to the slow cooker so they could cook all night. That's what I should have done in the first place. Got up the next morning. Guess what we had for breakfast? We had some navy beans and rice, and they were some kind of good. This is the lesson I learned from that experience. No matter how badly I wanted a bowl of navy beans, I had to allow patience to have its perfect work. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy a bowl of navy beans. You know what beans taste like when they're not cooked all the way? When we're dealing with the growth process, because that was yesterday's message, growing pains, peace be still. The growth process works the same way. It's going to require patience. Some things in life just simply cannot be rushed. Blessings on your journey, boo. I know you feel like you're stuck. Guess what? You can't rush the process. Can't rush it, honey. It's going to happen. Show us my name is Yolanda. My mama say show us heaven is happy. Happy. It's all going to happen. And think about me. Think about those beans. Put them in slow cooker. Go find yourself something to do while life keeps on happening. All right, come back tomorrow, day 157 of life according to YoBo on tomorrow. See ya. Bye-bye.